Hi, my name is Ilan, and I see artivism as art that has a purpose of change making for the common good, with a message that is easy to grasp, it's captivating, it's memorable. It's primarily for public use, it's not for rich collectors or for museums, but it's for people to really kind of see themselves in it and see the possibilities in it. It can be in cartoons, it can be an image that's cast onto a whole tall building, it can be a mural that is the whole street long, like the Black Lives Matter paintings on a whole street, or it can be a mural that's on a whole building, like the one that's across from Green Star that's about the Green New Deal. It can be a video, it can be a song. It can be really, really big like those murals, but it can also be really small like stickers that you put on your notebook or on a phone or on a wallet. But one of the things that it does is it wakes us up from our busy minds that are self-preoccupied and worried and everything to realize, like, wow, there are people around who really are at risk, who really are having a hard time, and there are people around who really care about it, who are trying to do something about it. It really snaps us out of our little self-preoccupation. And instead of our feeling small and powerless, it helps us feel like there's a large movement. There are lots of ways to feel connected and to feel strong, and that's something that really helps us when we need that, to feel like the world isn't just going down the tubes on us. I believe that powerful artivism not only does that, but it also gets to our inner fountain, to our inner garden, where we feel our deeper values and our deeper self. And it recognizes how many of us feel shut down and powerless. And it helps to engage our creativity, our sense of wholeness, and our desire to be part of something bigger and better, much better. So here's what I do with my artivism. One of the first things is I try to have fun doing it. I'm always collecting really cool ideas, and I'm improvising, and I try to mix it up and try out new things. I'm not looking for it to be polished. I don't have a lot of training. I'm trying to get across that anybody can do art, that anybody can feel creative, and they can do things that inspire other people. So some of what I do is things where you can color it in. Like an example would be this one, where it's like a little bit of a shield, and it's like a little bit of a prayer. Let me be an instrument of justice and peace. And then I've done this with my grandkids at a distance. They're in San Diego, and they'll color in and I'll color in. And this is the first color in that happened when they were doing it with me. And it's the same thing. And notice I like to use a lot of colors. I don't have any training in how to do colors. I just like to do a lot of different colors. I like to use pens that have a fine point and a wide point, so I can really mix it up a lot. But one of the main things is that I try to find the voices of people who are not usually represented in art, the voices of people that are overlooked, the voices of people that, if we listen more carefully, would make it possible to have a community and a society that worked for everybody. So that's part of my job as a person who's got a lot of advantages, is to really find those other voices and give them credit, not take credit myself for those voices. And so one of the other things that I like to do a lot in my art is to have it be something that a person can connect to as part of something larger. Here you see a lot of different movements, and they're all weaving together. All these messages are weaving together, and they look sort of like a butterfly that's just flying around freely. But at the same time, I like to focus on what it's like as a person, and even what it's like to be a scared person. I try to focus on things like my own sense of brokenness sometimes, and being vulnerable. So it's sort of like going back and forth between I belong, and then you belong, and then we belong. It's like enter this moment, become one with this moment, and then rise up together, All these things are really part of the message that I try to get across in my artivism. So I hope I've inspired you to create your own artivism, because you don't have to be a trained artist, you just have to be a person who cares about themselves and about the world.